my video series on how to use CanLII. In this particular video, I'm going to show you how to broaden or narrow your search using what's called Boolean operators. And these are the words and, or not. So going back to our working example from previous videos, we were looking at a situation where, let's say that you are you want to get a divorce, and you're looking for legal information on child support, and especially as it relates to whether you have an obligation to pay child support to for your child's university education. So we've entered these phrases, child support, university education, and we also throw in the word divorce because it's in the divorce context. And you will remember that we have 610 cases. So now there are certain words that you can ask CanLII that you can put into CanLII that will narrow down your search a little bit more. So what the first word I want to talk about is the word and. And so as I said in the previous video, the more search words you have, the more CanLII will, the narrower the search will be. So let's suppose you want to narrow your search a little bit more, and not only do you want to look at university education, you want to focus on graduate school. So then you will put in graduate school. Now, one thing to point out is that what CanLII does is that if there's a space like between these search terms and search words, it will automatically insert the operator and. So and means that CanLII will look for all these terms, all the documents that have all these terms together in the same document. Now, let's just take a quick search on these terms, and you'll see, you only have 5 cases. And notice that even if I put in the word and, it doesn't matter because basically, as I said, the default, what CanLII does is that when there's a space, it will automatically treat it as the word and, as if the word and is in there. So the second operator that I want to talk about is the word or. So let's suppose that you are looking for information on child support, but let's say that you put in the word or, okay? So you put an or there and you put in an or there. What that means is that you're asking CanLII to look for documents that have the word divorce, the exact phrase child support, or the phrase university education, or the phrase graduate school. So it's going to pick up documents that have both divorce and child support, but it will also look for documents that have just university education or just graduate school. So let's take a look. So you see that because the operator or actually expands the search quite a bit. So instead of the 610 cases, you now actually have like 20,000 cases to look at. So that is a lot of cases. Now, the final operator I want to introduce you to is the word not. So let's say that, for example, let's say that you're still on this topic of child support obligations as it relates to university education, but you want documents that only talk about this, and you don't want documents that have to do with spousal support. So you would enter not in big capital letters, and you have to be careful that it must be in capital letters for this particular operator. And then you put in spousal support, the phrase in quotation marks, and let's take a look. Okay, so instead of the 610 cases before we started with, we now only have 206 cases. So the operator not is a pretty good word to use sometimes, because you want to if you know that there are certain documents that you will look at, and you don't want documents that have a particular concept included, and that's about it. So thanks for watching. In the other videos, you're going to see topics on even more operators, such as proximity operators, and I hope that you will visit me there. One final thing before I let you go. If you scroll over to to the right, don't forget that there's a really handy pop-down menu that reminds you of the syntax. So you just go take your mouse over here and you just hover over the question mark, and it will give you the syntax and examples of how to use these operators. So that's it for now, and thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon. Bye-bye.